Kim Jong-un's 2025 missile tests are scaring the world. Is he turning into a dictator like Stalin? Let us dig into this creepy history lesson and find out. What makes him tick? It's gonna be a wild ride. Chapter 1. Kim's scary missile tests. Let's start with Kim Jong-un, the leader of a country called North Korea, who's making big, scary news in 2025. Kim has been shooting missiles into the sky, and they go whoosh, so far that they splash into the ocean near other countries. These missiles are super dangerous because they can carry stuff that could hurt a lot of people. And that makes the whole world really nervous. It's like if a kid at school started showing off a giant slingshot, but this is way scarier. Kim says he's doing this to keep North Korea safe, but lots of people think he just wants to show everyone he's super powerful. In North Korea, Kim is the big boss, and he makes all the rules, really strict ones. He doesn't let people watch fun movies, listen to cool music, or even say anything bad about him. If they do, they can get in huge trouble, like going to jail or even worse. Kim wants everyone to be afraid of him, so they'll do exactly what he says, no questions asked. It's kind of like a really mean teacher who never lets you have any fun, but Kim's rules are so much stricter. He's been doing stuff like this for a long time, but in 2025, his missile tests are making everyone talk even more. Some countries, like the United States and Japan, are saying, "Hey, Kim, you need to stop this right now." But Kim just keeps going, acting like he doesn't care what anyone thinks. That makes him a lot like some of the meanest leaders from history, who also loved being in charge and scaring people. It's pretty creepy to see how far he'll go to be the boss, don't you think? And this isn't just about missiles. It is about how Kim wants the whole world to see him as a powerful leader, even if it means making everyone nervous. Do you think Kim sounds like a bully? I sure do, and it's super spooky to watch this happen in 2025. Chapter 2. Kim's need for power. Now, let's look at why Kim Jong-un acts like it's all about power. Kim loves being in charge, just like a kid who always wants to be the leader in every game at school. But Kim takes it way too far. In North Korea, he makes sure everyone knows he's the boss by putting up giant statues of himself all over the place. Can you imagine walking to school and seeing a huge statue of your teacher staring at you? That's what it's like for kids in North Korea, except it's Kim's face they see everywhere. He also throws big parades where soldiers march and cheer for him, even if they're scared inside. People who study brains, called psychologists, say Kim acts this way because he's afraid of losing control. It's like when you're replaying a game and you're worried someone might take your turn, but Kim's fear is on a whole other level. He's so scared of not being the boss that he makes mean rules to keep everyone in line. For example, if someone in North Korea tries to watch a movie from another country, like a fun cartoon, they can get sent to a tough prison camp where life is super hard. That's so unfair, right? Kim doesn't want anyone to think they can do things on their own. He wants them to only listen to him all the time. It is kind of sad because the people in North Korea don't get to have fun or feel free, all because Kim needs to feel powerful. This need for power drives him to do frightening things, such as launching those missiles in 2025, just to remind the world that he's in charge. He even makes his people call him Dear Leader, like he's the best person ever. But really, he's just being a big bully. Isn't that wild, friends? It's like Kim can't stop trying to be the biggest boss, no matter how much it scares everyone else or hurts his people. What do you think about that? Chapter 3. Stalin's creepy playbook. Let's talk about Joseph Stalin, a super mean leader from a long time ago who ruled a big country called Russia. Stalin was a dictator, just like Kim, and he did some creepy things to stay in power. Back in the old days, Stalin had secret police who would spy on everyone, even kids like you. If someone said something bad about him like, "I don't like Stalin," those police would take them away and no one would ever see them again. It's like if your teacher had spies in class to make sure you never whispered. It's that scary. Stalin didn't care if people were sad or hungry, as long as he was the boss. He made lots of people work really hard in tough places, like coal fields, and many didn't get enough food to eat, so they got sick. That's so mean, right? Now, here's the spooky part. Kim Jong-un acts a lot like Stalin. Just like Stalin's secret police, Kim has people watching everyone in North Korea to make sure they follow his rules. If someone doesn't listen, they can get sent to those awful prison camps we talked about, where they have to work all day and don't get much to eat. Kim also doesn't care if his people are hungry. He just wants to look strong, like with those missile tests in 2025. Both Stalin and Kim use fear to control everyone, and they don't feel bad about it at all. It's like they don't have a heart, only a big need to be in charge. They even make sure everyone praises them, even if it's not true. Stalin had big pictures of himself everywhere, just like Kim does now. Seeing Kim act like Stalin makes me think history is repeating itself, and that's not good at all. What do you think? It's pretty creepy to see these two leaders acting so alike, even though they lived in totally different times, don't you think? Chapter 4. What's the big lesson? So, what can we learn from Kim Jong-un acting like Stalin in 2025? It's a huge history lesson for us. When Kim shoots missiles and makes scary rules, it's just like how Stalin used fear to be the boss years ago. They both want power so much that they don't care who gets hurt along the way. In North Korea right now, lots of people are really scared. They don't have enough food, and they can't even laugh or play freely, all because Kim wants to be in control. Kids there can't watch fun shows or play games like you do, and that's so sad. Back when Stalin was the leader, people in Russia were hungry and afraid too, and many didn't make it because life was so hard. It's tough to think about, isn't it? But here's the awesome part. We can use history to make things better. If we see leaders acting like bullies, like Kim or Stalin, we can tell grown-ups, hey, this isn't okay. We can help pick kind leaders, not mean ones, and who care about people, not just power. History shows us that when leaders only think about themselves, everyone else has a tough time. But if we're smart and brave, we can stop that from happening again. That's why learning about guys like Kim and Stalin is so important. It's not just old stories. It's a way to help us make the future super great. We can be the ones who make sure no one has to live in fear, like the people in North Korea do right now. Imagine a world where everyone feels safe and happy. That's what we can work for. Isn't that a cool mission? Let's keep learning so we can make the world a happier place for everyone, no matter where they live. Chapter 5. Can we stop this? Now, let's think about what we can do to stop leaders like Kim from being so mean. In 2025, Kim's missile tests are making the world worried, but lots of countries are trying to talk to him and say, hey, you need to stop this. It's like when you tell a bully at school to be nicer, but with way bigger stakes. Some grown-ups in big groups, like the United Nations, are working together to make rules that keep leaders like Kim from doing dangerous things. They're trying to tell Kim, no more missiles, and help the people in North Korea feel safer. That's a good start, right? But we can help too. Even though we're kids, we can learn about history and tell others what we know. We can say, look at what Stalin did, it was awful, and Kim's doing the same stuff. By sharing what we learn, we can help grown-ups pick better leaders who don't act like bullies. We can also be kind ourselves and show everyone that caring is way better than controlling. Imagine if everyone in the world were nice to each other. There'd be no room for mean leaders like Kim or Stalin. It's also important to keep asking questions, like, why is Kim acting this way? And what can we do to help? When we're curious, we can figure out how to make things better. Maybe one day, you'll grow up to be a leader who helps people, not hurts them. That is the big dream. We can use what we learn from history to make the future awesome. So, let's keep watching, learning, and talking about this stuff. Because even kids like us can make a difference in the world, one history lesson at a time. Wow, that's a lot to think about, huh? If you're loving these history lessons, hit that like button and subscribe to Tyrant Tales for more. What's Kim's scariest move? Tell us in the comments. We can't wait to hear from you. That's how Kim Jong-un in 2025 acts like Stalin. Pretty scary, right? History helps us spot bad leaders and make the world better. We've got more awesome stories coming up about today's leaders and their secrets. So give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to Tyrant Tales, and comment below. What leader should we talk about next? See you soon with more history lessons. Bye, friends.